So, you mentioned there the midnights, these sleepless nights, 13 sleepless nights. And what sort of time span are the sleepless nights taken from in your life?
Throughout my life, I think probably after I was a teenager. I think that there's such intensity when you're up late at night. It's a concept album, and the main question is what keeps you up at night. So it's, you know, you could be up at night because you're reeling from just having met someone and you're falling for them, or you could be plotting revenge. You could be...
garlic
garlic. Yeah, you could be thinking about the time that they painted your teeth brown to mean that you were named. You could be thinking about what could have been. You know, there's just so many possibilities. If you think of that as like a creative writing prompt, which is what I did, that's where the album came from.
And this album couldn't have only... I mean, amazing reviews, you broke streaming records, and a lot of the rave reviews have asked the question, and it is a question, that the great songwriting on this album is part of it due to the fact that you've been doing this sort of strange work of re-recording your back catalogue. So it was like you were doing homework on songwriting. I
think so. I really do. I've been re-recording my first 6 albums because there was a thing that happened where I had wanted to own my work of my first 6 albums, and when I changed record labels, my first 6 albums were actually sold away from me. And so I decided to I just figured if I made them the first time, I can make them again.
I love it. I love it.
It's an amazing moment.
But tell me this, is it working? Like, are radio stations playing the Taylor version?
Yes, there's actually one of the things I was most thankful for was there's a company of many stations in America called iHeart, and they have sworn to only play my new versions, and they've said that they'll switch it out for the old versions every time I put out a new version of a song, which is just like, it's so heartwarming to me because this is something that I care about, but I don't expect other people to care about it. It's something that's very personal to me, and it's a lot of work, but it's like, it's really fun and rewarding for me, and I can't believe people have actually gotten behind it the way they have.
And doing this, you know, going back over your old work, has led to this wonderful thing where, so All Too Well is now, I know, it's now a short film.
Yes.
So it was a short song, then it was a longer song, and now it's a short film.
Okay, how do I shorten this? So basically, All Too Well was a song that came out originally on an album called Red, which came out in 2012. I always loved this song. It was never a single, but the fans really loved this song, and I had made the mistake of saying in an interview the truth, which is that it had started out as a 10-minute song with like 6 or 7 extra verses, and we had to cut it down to the sort of 4.5, 5-minute length that it ended up. My fans would not let it go. They were like, I'd be doing an interview for something else albums later, and they'd be like, where's the 10-minute version? Where is it? So basically, for the re-record, I was like, I am going to put out the 10-minute version. I'm just gonna show them what it was. And you know what? I want to tell a story that goes along with it visually, that's more than a music video. I'd been directing my music videos for a while at this point, and writing and directing them was really fun for me. I just love it. It's a very natural extension of my storytelling, so I thought I want to make a short film and really do this song justice, and also create a short film that stands on its own. So I was very lucky to be able to cast Sadie Sink and Dylan O'Brien to be these 2 young lovers. And I'm really, really, really proud of it.
Okay, Adele, Brits, Tuesday night, congratulations, as I say, brilliant, brilliant night. And yes, and I love how huggy you were. Every award, big hug, whoever gave it to you.
Oh, yeah. Also, I love Mo Farah. So I was like, I've never met him before, so I was chuffed. Did a little curtsy. And Idris I love as well. It was just, yeah, everyone was just amazing. So I just wanted to hug them all.
Oh.
So, yeah. So yeah.
And the speeches...
Is that really inappropriate because of COVID?
I wasn't going to say anything. I think getting COVID off Adele, that's already a good story.
I don't have coat, you know, right? Yeah.
So the speech is also really lovely. And I thought that, because, you know, people write personal albums, they write personal books, but I loved that you acknowledged in your speech that it's not just your story, it belongs to other people.
Yeah, no, it was important to me. And my son's old enough now, he realises, you know, what's going on, and his friends don't talk about me, but, like, you know, the older siblings are fans and stuff like that. So he definitely realises, and he's curious. And I don't share too much of him just because I don't know how much is appropriate to share.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's my first time doing it with a kid knowing as well, like. But, yeah, they're my little soulmates, Angelo and Simon. Like, you know, just because we... you know, our families separated, we're actually fucking nailing it. We're doing a really, really good job. So,
And sort of you feel like it's the best of times and then the worst of times because of Vegas.
Yes.
So let's talk about Vegas. What happened? How did it end up coming so down to the wire, like the night before? How did that happen?
I tried my hardest, right? I really thought I would be able to pull something else together, you know, in time, and that was why it was so last minute, which, you know, I regret, obviously, that I kept going with it until that late in the day. But it just wasn't ready, and there were lots of different reasons of why. There were COVID, you know, delays with pieces of the show. There were some things that weren't going to be arriving until the day of the show, so therefore I would never be able to see them or approve them. So that you know, there were lots of delays for that. Our manpower was down because I'm doing all this testing for my, you know, for all my crew and stuff like that. And our carpenters who are there to fix and change things, you know, there and then, we had, like, hardly any able to come to work. And it just would have been a really half-assed show, and I can't do that. I can't. That doesn't... People will see straight through me up on stage being like, she doesn't want to be doing this. And that's not... I've never done anything like that in my life, and I'm not going to start now, you know? So, obviously gutted. But we're working our asses off literally 24 hours a day. I don't want to announce a new set of dates until I know that everything will definitely be ready. Can you imagine?
You don't do it again.
Also, I'd have to go on and do a show that ain't ready, and I don't want it, but I have to. Ooh, you know.
But also, I suppose when we think about you, we think about, you know, this voice, and you kind of think, if it was just you, a piano, a light bulb and a mic, people would have been quite happy. Was that ever a possibility that you'd just go out and kind of go, look, guys, there's nothing?
There's nothing.
There's me.
No, there's definitely... There is a... You know, there was a part of the show that was like that, but I feel like I've always had a really great incline with my shows. Like, you know, I'm really comfortable in theatres, which is one of the reasons I'm so bloody excited about doing the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And then I nailed my arenas. I don't care what no one says. Like, considering that I'd always done theatres, like, and I went on every night loving doing my show because I knew it was a great show, like, you know. And then I did stadiums, and I did it in the round, which even my team were, like, worried about. I thought for a solo artist, I thought I bloody nailed it. I worked the whole room in the round. But it was also like it was a stadium show, but we'd been on tour for so long with, you know, with the arena tour and stuff like that. And I don't want to. I'm not going to try and do a stadium show in a theatre, but it's Vegas. It can't just be me on my fucking guitar. You know, there has to be something else happening. You know, not completely, not the whole show stripped back. No.
And you wrote a lot of the songs on this.
All the songs.
While you were touring the last album.
Yeah. I think that was a big part of this album. You know, there was times I was on stage and I was like, oh, I wish I had a song like this. So I took all that energy and put it on Orthodox Jukebox.
And you got inspired in all sorts of places. You were inspired in a strip club.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do tell us. Cue the story.
Okay.
He was on.
How was that?
Yeah, Danny Radcliffe on a pole.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not Pole, I'm a Russian.
No, we had a show in Paris, and we had the day off the next day. So me and the guys, we all wanted to go out, the band, and we ended up in this real seedy strip club.
Weird.
Normally.
Yeah.
And the DJ recognized me, and, you know, I'm trying to lay it low, and he said, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest, we got Bruno Mars. And I was like, oh, damn it. Cover's blown. But the worst part was he started playing my first single, Just the Way You Are, which I don't know if you've heard it before, but it's like the...
Beautiful song.
But it's the last song you want to hear in a place like that.
Yeah.
So this poor girl gets up on stage, and she's trying to dance to it. And I looked at her and I said, I'm sorry. This is not... So on this album, I definitely have some songs that I'll be proud of the next time I'm in Paris at a strip club.
But you wrote one specifically, didn't you? Money Maker Smile.
That's right.
That's lovely, yeah.
So get ready, you French strippers.
So many beats per minute, geez. Slow it down. Dizzy. Ed, you did a mad thing because you didn't have a deprived childhood, but when you made money,
But when you made only at 3 feet.
no, but when you made money, you bought certain things, didn't you? That stuff that you were denied as a child.
Yeah.
Like, what did you buy?
Well, I wasn't denied. No, any good parent will know. Any parent in here, if a kid wants a Lego set, you get them the small one. You don't get them the big one that's like 359 quid. So when my album went to #1, I was passing the Lego store and I saw the big Death Star and I went, do you know what? It's time. Went in and bought, but I'm just a big kid now. It isn't just that. It's like I went to go and buy my goddaughter a Ninja Turtle toy for her birthday. And then I was in the Ninja Turtle section and there was this huge Ninja Turtle truck. And I was looking at the small toy I got for her in the big truck and I was like, oh, I'm getting that for me. I had like loads and loads.
Are you like the kid from Big?
I have a load of child stuff in my house. Yeah, like there's a room full of teddy bears. This is such an embarrassing interview. Though.
That you didn't have when you were a kid?
Not that I didn't have, just I wanted to.
And out of us two, you're the one that's getting laid.
Teddy bears.
Let's hope those teddy bears don't have anything to do with
Teddy
it.
bears was the key.
Actually, I remember I once went on a date and brought a Lego set and made the Lego set and then left.
What?
Hey.
Wow.
That's going deep, man. That's strong moves.
So what was she doing? She was eating her dinner and you were constructing
we were just chatting, just catching up. We were just chatting. And I was like, she's definitely going to be watching this being like, yep, definitely happened.
Wow. What did you make?
Pirates of the Caribbean pirate ship.
Yeah, he's not a loser.
I hope you gave it to her as a gift at the end.
No, it's okay.
Lady Gaga, new album, great excitement.
I know. I need a bucket to puke in, honestly.
How many tracks have we heard now?
I've been releasing snippets for the past 3 weeks because it's, you know, for me, it's kind of like, you know, when they stream your album the week that it comes out, it's like a shot or whatever, you know. Oh, maybe you really can't say that on TV. But it's like it all happens so quickly, you know, and it's your work. And
Yes, I really get your metaphor now. Yeah.
No, but for example, it's like a quickie.
And people fall asleep afterwards,
it's like
right?
That's what I mean. It's like a one-night stand. It's like you hear it all at once. It's like the girl rips her clothes off, and then, you know, the guy's done with you, and he gets up and he leaves. And for me...
I'm so lost.
For me,
What are you talking about?
The album, I'm sorry.
Coming out really soon.
It's coming out soon.
But too quickly.
Yeah, exactly. It's premature for me, and I like to release it... I'm sorry.
You started this.
I know. I'm sorry. I talk in riddles sometimes. It makes sense in my head. I know it doesn't make sense.
Sounds like quite a minefield. Just for the record, my stand-up DVD comes out, goes straight to the shops 11th of November. It's a fest.
Okay, yes! It wasn't just me! Thank you for doing that.
I'm going to be the prude in the middle.
Yeah, no, don't. Say something naughty, please.
I'm going to save it up.
Okay, yeah. Wait till June Brown's here.
Yeah.
I mean, you are such a huge star now. It's incredible when you look at the stats. 18 #1 singles. 18 #1 singles. This is unbelievable. Dua Lipa's songs have been streamed 40 billion times. 40 billion times.
I'm gonna have a drink.
You've earned one. You have earned one, young lady. I mean, it is just amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much.
I love your backstory. So you were born here in London. So how old were you when your family decided to go back to Kosovo?
I was 11.
Okay.
So I born and raised in London, moved to Kosovo at the age of 11, and then I lived there until I was about 15 years old. And then at 15, I decided to come back to London. I wanted to do music, and as much as I loved living in Kosovo, it was a very different experience. And I mean, now everything's changed so much with streaming and you can kind of be anywhere in the world and your music can be heard. I didn't feel that at the time. Like when I was living in Kosovo, there were so many artists that I wanted to see that wouldn't come there in concert, and I just felt like I wanted to come back to a place where there was so much more opportunity. And so at 15, I moved back to London on my own.
But how does that work? How does like practically how does a 15-year-old live independently in London?
Well, I was living with a roommate, and my parents knew her parents. And
that's fine then.
But she was studying here in London, but she was older. We had a big age gap as well, and I think we got on for the most part until she kind of went in my room and took pictures of my messy bedroom and sent it to my mum. Horrible. I was 15. But it was good. I mean, you know, me and my parents, we have such an amazing relationship, and we're so close, and they put a lot of trust in me. So I really tried to be as good as possible.
Yeah.
So.
And so when did your hot dad start to travel with you? I mean, you see all these pictures of like, who's that guy? I mean, no offence, I mean, you too.
My dad.
But did your parents then start travelling with you? Because you started really young.
Yeah, I mean, I got signed when I was 19, but I was in talks about signing my record deal when I was about 18 years old. So my parents had moved back to London then. But my dad is now my manager, has been for about 2 years. Right. Wow. It's been lovely. So now we travel everywhere. But I'm so close with my family and my siblings that when I'm on tour and whenever my brother and sister, I guess at the time when they weren't in school, my brother's still in school at the moment, but whenever they have free time, they come on tour, and we're just so close.
Yeah.
So it's lovely. It's what really keeps me grounded in the midst of all the madness.
And as parents, I mean, Adrian, your kids, when they were that old, and if they'd announced, I want to go to New York to be an actor or something, oh, no.
Yeah, you know, have the drive, which is amazing, because 40 billion streams and Grammys, and you look about, 15 now. So, to have done all of that, that's incredible. But, I'd support it, but on their own?
No way!
But my dad just says I'm just someone who's really hard to say no to. I'm just very like, this is what I want to do, and I'm doing it. And that's it.
But now, here's the thing, Dua, you have maintained your links with Kosovo because I think you have a music festival there now?
Yeah.
You have a music festival?
Yeah, we do
in
it.
your spare time?
In my spare time, yes. With my family, we organise a festival. It's been now 5 years running. And...
Look, Kate, it's Hot
6 years,
Dad.
actually, maybe.
Oh, Hot
Dad. And I guess it goes back to the fact that when I was living in Kosovo, all the artists that I wanted to see, like, nobody came down. Mm-hmm. And so when I lived in London and my music career started taking off, and I was like, OK, one thing that I really want to do, for one, is go back to Kosovo and put on a show, because that was really important to me. And then that grew into the idea of, like, OK, let's put on a festival and bring artists from all over the world to come down to Kosovo. First of all, for them to perform for the people there, because they're just so excited, and it's been amazing putting it together. We've had incredible artists, like we've had Miley Cyrus come down, and Calvin Harris, and Martin Garrix, and J Balvin, and Skepta, and we've had really incredible headliners every year, and we're doing it again this year. And it's just going back to doing something for the community, but at the same time, getting artists from all over the world to also see Kosovo, because I think I want to change the rhetoric around what people think about Kosovo, and it being war-torn Kosovo, and coming to see it for what it is now. And it's amazing. I think we always invite, like, our friends and people from all over to come and see it, and it's really special. So,
what a brilliant thing to do.
You guys are all invited. We'd love to have you. It's called Sunny Hill.